Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th Minute. We are your hosts. We got Greg, Lucas, Woz, and myself, Liam. Unfortunately, no Rasta tonight, but quite frankly, I don't even want him here.
His name's
okay.
Matt.
If you are... no, it's Rasta.
Come on. His name's Matt. His name's not actually Rasta, alright? That's just for the career mode. This isn't career mode.
Oh, okay. It's separate entities.
Or pro
okay,
clubs.
I get it now. Okay. Actually, no. Pro clubs. He's rude boy, so he's got too many alter egos. But anyways, if you are new to the 90th Minute, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Hit like on this video and comment down below. Get involved with our conversation that we have. Give us your questions. Give us your thoughts. All that good stuff. Links down in the bio for our social medias, our Instagram or TikToks. Check them out. Give us a follow on each of them. There's also the link down below for tonight's sponsor. Yet again, big thank you to the guys over at manscaped.com. They've sent us a fantastic little package here. You've seen this before. Your balls will thank you. Ultimately, Manscaped is the best in male grooming below the waist. With Christmas just around the corner, just, you know what? Do yourself a favor. Do the guy in your life a favor. Get them something good. They got fantastic products, including the brilliant Lawnmower 3.0. As Woz always says, you will not cut yourself. It's just guaranteed. You will not. You won't. You won't.
I mean, slow and steady wins the race, as they say.
Slow and steady wins the race. It's got fantastic ceramic blades, 7,000 RPM motor, waterproof. It's got a light.
Oh, wow. Yeah, please don't do that. Maybe that hurts the mics.
It's got a light.
But
it's beautiful.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he recently bought a product, and he says he actually loves it. I think it was the ball deodorant or the body wash. Yeah. So honestly, they got everything. They got everything from male grooming.
I've used all the products, and they're all fantastic. Like, we're not just giving Manscaped, we're not like, oh, they're the best thing ever because they're sending us stuff. No, honestly, their products are fantastic. We've all used them. We all thoroughly enjoy them. The ball deodorant is fantastic. The Lawnmower 3.0 is just brilliant. It's just, It's well made. It's well crafted. It's got a great price. So, you know what? Christmas presents, stocking stuffers, holiday season in general. Don't go out when, the crowds and COVID and everything. Just go online, manscaped.com. Use code 90th at checkout. You get 20% off. You get free shipping. It's a great deal for you. It helps us out. It helps Manscaped out in their own way. Check it out. Let's get into football. That's what we're here for.
Yes. Crazy weekend.
Usually, once an episode, we refer to the 90th minute as a tire fire, absolute disaster, or just the worst thing ever. 90th minute, quite frankly, is. But now, we're not the worst thing in the world, because there's a thing called Arsenal, which is worse.
Well, yes.
They're worse than the 90th minute, and we're pretty bad.
I think we're pretty good.
I
enjoy our content. Fick off.
Fick off?
Arsenal is bad. Greg, we'll get into your club very soon here, but I know you said, all right, boys, we've had a big result today. I need Arsenal to beat Burnley to give us some nice room at the bottom. What does Arsenal do? They go out and they lose 1-0 to Burnley. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, finally, on target, scores a goal. Wrong net. Pierre. What the fuck, Pierre? What the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, it was a pretty unlucky own goal. I mean, it just kind of went off his hair and in.
His
hair.
It was just a good timed corner. I mean, unlucky for Pierre. It didn't seem like he was,
I won't give too much hate on Pierre.
I've seen worse own
It was
goals.
unfair. It was unlucky. The man I am gonna hate is Granit Xhaka.
Oh yeah, he was a fool.
Not only do I just thoroughly hate the man, he's a terrible footballer and he's just dumb, but today he was extra dumb, and that's hard for him to do because extra dumb for Granit Xhaka is very dumb.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's the worst football in the world. I mean, he's performed well in the past.
Definitely not the worst football in the world.
Arsenal as a whole have been terrible.
That's
unit.
Let's talk about the actual match. Break it down a little bit.
Where do you start? This game was dull.
Yeah, nothing really happened until the second
Arsenal.
half.
I mean,
Arsenal, no creativity.
To be fair, I think they did create some good chances at the start of the match. They were getting shots on target. Good saves by Burnley's keeper. Good defensive play. But
Chris Wood should have scored.
at the end of the day, it just the life disappears. They suddenly, progress themselves out. Like, okay, we're just gonna go check ourselves out now. It's still 0-0 Arsenal. Now it's okay. We want to go have a nice time in the hot tubs and, we want to put our manager's job on the line because we're Arsenal, and right now we don't care about playing for the badge. We don't care about going forward. We don't care about scoring. It's disgusting.
I knew how this game was going to go because I didn't watch the first half. I didn't watch anything until before the red card because there was another match on the at the same time. Leicester versus Brighton, we'll talk about it later. Much better to watch than Arsenal. 100%. I watched plenty of Arsenal the past 2 months.
I'm sorry.
And I see...
You just know what you're going to get.
Yes, I knew what I was going to get, so I'm like, I don't need to watch this right now. I can watch something else that I'll enjoy more. And then when I heard that they're checking Granit Xhaka's something, what he did in VAR.
He did a chokehold.
Violent conduct.
A chokehold. Yeah.
Chokehold, violent conduct, push, whatever you want to say. I'm like,
well, it wasn't really a chokehold. He grabbed the player's neck. So,
to quickly talk about what each manager said about the red cards. So Mikel Arteta goes, if it was unacceptable, he goes, yes, in my opinion, it's too much willingness to do well, to compete, to do everything. We took it the wrong side of it. When you step over the line, you will get punished. And then Sean Dyche, who... I love this quote. He goes, in the modern game, it's so soft now. The modern game, it has to be a red. So even when his team benefits from it, he goes, yeah, this game sucks.
Well, back then, it just wouldn't be that like that.
I just think that Arteta is like, he threw Pepe under the bus in the interview when Pepe got a red card. With Xhaka, he wasn't he still criticized it, but he wasn't so direct with it, which I found very interesting.
The thing I didn't like with Xhaka's, though, is he tackled, I forget who it was, gets a yellow card. It's a clear yellow. And he starts fighting the player about it, gets knocked down, gets up and retaliates from that, and puts his hand on his neck. And it's like, why are you doing that right now? Just move on. Because he's honestly.
Dumb. Yeah, and
big Dumby.
And it's not I'm surprised he still has a role at the club. Remember last year where he literally threw Arsenal's captain armband off? Or what? Or was it the kid that he took off and threw to the ground?
I can't remember.
He took his kid off.
Yeah, and he told the fans to F off, and and he's gonna leave, but Arteta kept him. I don't know. It's just
that's the issue with Xhaka. He does have a temper issue. To be fair, during that game when that did happen, the fans. I mean, mentally the guy was gone.
Granted, Xhaka did get the red card, but honestly, Arsenal should have had a second red card. Mohamed El Neni should have been sent off as well.
100%. What was that?
100%. Like, VAR stops, they look at it, and they go, no, it's a yellow. I go, no, that's a red card as well.
So, I'm pretty sure in that play, El Neni made the Burnley player fall over. Yeah. And then he's just looking, he's like, I'm going to fall too.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
He runs it, and he just goes, he waits a second, goes, ah. It was like,
I'm like, no one touched you. Why did you fall? Like, it's on camera. People are watching you. You're going to get caught, mate.
And then that's where the goal came right after.
I want to go back to Xhaka. I just want to go back to Xhaka. I'm like, what is he actually thinking in that situation? Okay, my team's, it's 0-0. We've had a poor season, but I'm going to let the best of me happen. I'm going to grab this guy by the neck, knowing I could probably get sent off.
You know what it is? It's selfish. It's selfish.
100%.
I'm thinking about me, myself, and I, not the team, not the greater good. And that's Arsenal to a full right now. Each of their players are not focusing on the club. They're not focusing on the
I'm going to disagree with that.
They're playing for themselves.
I'm going to disagree with that. It's not the whole team. There's 1 or 2 or 3 players who want to play for the badge. I think Xhaka has been the shining light in this dark tunnel that is Arsenal right now. I mean, Tierney, exactly. He almost got a goal. He could have scored early on, but of course,
always plays for the badge.
But let's go back to the goal that happened.
Well, I mean, like I said, it came off of right after that foul by Mohamed El Neni. They goes to a corner and it gets whipped in, and like Wazzy said, it went off Aubameyang's hair. It went in
basically. And
from that point forward, yes, Burnley dropped back. They soak up pressure.
That's what they do.
Exactly, they're a defensive side. Yeah. But Arsenal can't break that down. They don't have the creativity. They don't have the imagination.
What I liked about Burnley is once the red card happened, they actually were going for it. They were trying to score, and they actually had a couple chances. And it's not what you see from Burnley.
Chris Wood should have scored. He had that header within just outside of the 6-yard box. He should have put it away. It was not a great game. It wasn't. It was just a good result. If you're anyone but an Arsenal fan, you kind of secretly love to see this.
But with Arteta saying that they dominated the match in his post-match interview, having possession doesn't mean you dominate. Like their
they
style
had chances,
play,
they just didn't convert it.
I mean, they had chances, but they also, for the most part, like it's just so simple. They just play so slow, play out to wide, never through the middle because they don't have the capability of doing that. Cross it aimlessly and get nothing.
And it's like what we've said, commentators say, analysts, everyone says it now. Possession doesn't matter. Honestly, it's not at all. It's creating your chances and converting it.
And possession does matter.
Agree.
It matters, but not as much as people would say in the past.
Well,
can we move on from Arsenal?
What did you hear what Patrice Evra said?
I mean,
yes, I did hear Patrice Evra's quote. It was a fantastic quote.
As much as I want to move on for Arsenal, there is a question: how long does Arteta have left, and who is going to replace him? Do you think?
Ultimately, I don't think Arteta's good enough. I don't think he's a good enough manager. But I also don't think he is... If you sack him, what do you do? It's a revolving door of managers at Arsenal, and that doesn't do anything. There's no stability then. There's no one that can get their foot in the door and create a system. Frankly, the players he has right now are not good enough. Like Lucas said, the middle of the park, the middle of the field is not good enough. They have no one in there that can create. They have no one in there who is... for the badge, no Thomas Partey. It's just
it's
for
still
a club of like Arsenal's. It just that Arsenal top 6. When you look at the starting 11, they have injuries right now. They have red cards, but it just doesn't seem it right.
If I'm a Premier League manager, Mohamed El Neni is getting nowhere near my starting 11. Rob Holding is getting nowhere near my starting 11. Granit Xhaka is getting nowhere near my starting 11. Lacazette in his form, no way. Bellerin in his form, no way. Ceballos has done not much. You have Maitland-Niles and Nketiah, who are very young players. They shouldn't be relied on as a starting player. They should be relied on as, we'll give you 20 minutes off the bench in a 3-1 match kind of thing. I don't know. I look at the starting 11 and I don't see a single person there. I go, that's a Premier League great. I mean, yes, Aubameyang. I'm not going to be completely naive, but he's not playing like Aubameyang at the moment.
I think we do have to take a little blame. Well, not blame, but you could say we were wrong about Arteta because I know earlier this summer we answered a question, rank Arteta, Ole, and Lampard. I know some of us, including myself, put Arteta first, Lampard second, Ole third. But of course, with new information, we make better decisions. Never wrong, like Quickies says.
But where I say it is, I think that was just where Arteta came in and his players just had that, new manager kind of thing. Yeah. Let's get going.
Well, I mean, could you blame us? They were playing well when he took over.
They were playing very well.
They were getting good results. They were winning trophies.
This is the reigning FA Cup champion team.
And the question is, who's going to replace Arteta? I'm wondering because there's not many options out there. Who the hell wants
to go there?
Eddie Howe?
No,
he's coming to Celtic. When we fire Neil Lennon.
I think it's the poison chalice right now, especially with how the club is run right now.
Yeah.
If you look at other people that were related to Arsenal in the past that now work at other clubs, a scout there or like a chief scout or whatever who's now at Stuttgart, we'll mention them later.
Yep.
They're playing fantastic in the Bundesliga, bringing gems through the club. AC Milan have one of the top guys there used to be part of the ownership in Arsenal. AC Milan are first place in the league.
Yeah, they let go a lot of their scouts, yeah.
And then, no, he's not a scout. He's like a head honcho type of guy.
But they're bored. Let's say they're bored. They're scouts. They let go a lot of them in the past few seasons, and it really has not paid off.
And then Everton has someone. I think it's either Usmanov or Gazdas. It's one of the two. They're at Everton now, and look at them right now. They're putting money into the club. They're improving. And Arsenal, since those guys have left, are going downhill, while those guys are improving their reputation.
I know I've said this weeks in the past, and I said it jokingly. Arsenal in a relegation battle at the moment.
And here's the thing too that we didn't talk about. Fans were back for Arsenal, and they still couldn't get it done for their fans.
Yeah, they're putting masks over their eyes.
Yeah. Their season tickets are the most expensive in all the Premier League.
Oh, And when you think about that,
could you
being
imagine?
a season ticket holder for that club and you're watching that piece of crap on fire. Sorry, I'm not trying to curse as much anymore on this podcast, but I'm just saying that it's a tire fire. As simple as that. I know. In ice hockey, we're a fan of the Edmonton Oilers. We're one of the worst run hockey clubs in the last 10 years, and people still pay for money. I feel bad for them, but.
Yep.
Even Celtic recently, you mentioned, Liam. These people are paying good hard-earned money, and this is how the club is performing. Yep. This is how they're repaying them.
Yep.
So,
Greg,
one thing I was gonna say about Arsenal. Sorry, I think they're starting to slip out of that top 6 discussion, being a
100%.
top 6 club.
I don't know, top 10 at this point.
If with the way things are going, I don't know how they're gonna dig themselves out of this. They're looking like relegation candidates, which is scary to say. Do I think they'll get relegated? I don't think they will.
They have a couple very big games over the next couple
with the way
of
they played,
weeks.
they can certainly be in that position.
I mean, they lost to a team that was an 18th, so
we've seen in the past, we've seen very big teams get relegated. Look at Leeds, look at Nottingham Forest. There's been big teams that have gone down before.
We've never seen a team that had the brand size of Arsenal.
Yes, I agree.
The size of Arsenal, so it's scary.
Greg, take it away. The floor is all yours. And Lucas, shut up, Lucas.
It's not just me though; it's Lucas too.
No, Lucas shuts up for 5 minutes.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you, Greg.
Well, Woz, what did you think?
Bullshit. I'm pissed off.
We're all happy. We are, but we're not.
I mean, I'm happy and upset. I think we were ever gonna get a 1-1 going into this game? Hell no. Not at all. Did we do it?
Fulham should have won this game.
Yeah, they should have, 100%.
And it was an unfortunate handball.
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Fuck you, Lucas. Your club's a fraud. You bought the league.
Okay, Mr.
Paid them
Jokester.
off.
Okay, so, Lucas, what do you think, though? What do you think?
I mean, I thought Fulham played incredible. Like, I haven't watched too much Fulham, to be fair, so when I saw them, how they were playing, I'm like, do they play like this often?
I mean, we just beat Leicester, too, so...
I mean, fair enough, because, guys like Lookman, Dakova, Reed, they were playing very well, causing problems for our fullbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not sure if Matip was fully good, because he got subbed off at halftime, and the commentator mentioned that he was like moving slowly, so maybe he wasn't fully there, and but that doesn't excuse how lackadaisical Liverpool were during that first half and allowed Fulham to push onto us and create those chances, and they could have had 2 or 3. There's a penalty that could have been called where from one angle it looked like Fabinho went through the guy's leg, from another angle it looked like he got the ball, but
what do you think? What do you think?
I mean, really, if I looked at that one angle where he went through the player, then yeah, it's a penalty.
I thought it was a penalty.
It's hard to say. What I find really odd is, I think, what did they say? It was only the second time. This is only the second time now where the ref goes to look at the screen and doesn't overturn it, right?
Realistically, he should have just kept with this initial call, because that's not clear and obvious if you have 2 different angles.
Yeah. It's hard to say, but regardless, it didn't happen. Okay.
I said Fulham was so good. They were quick on their attack. Ultimately, I think this club benefits when Mitrovic is not playing. You guys are so much quicker. You're so much more like on the wings, kind of thing. You're good when you go forward if you have the pace with you. But Liverpool were allowing it. Their fullbacks, as Liverpool do, they pushed high, which fair enough, that's your game plan. But then they left so much space in between, and Fulham's like, okay, we can run. We'll put it over top. We'll run, and it happened against Villa for you guys. I mean, you're playing into these teams' hands.
Yeah. First half, Liverpool are bad and Fulham were good. Of course, we knew we did score the goal. It was a great strike by Decordova Reed, but but we knew they were going to come back in the second half and push. And They did. Honestly, both keepers played really good this game, too. There were some
Henderson
great
just
saves.
scored.
Yeah.
That was a great save by Ariel. As soon as he passed it through the legs, I'm like, oh, goal. There it is.
It
I
would have
knew it
been
was
a Bobby
coming. and then
Firmino
he
assist.
saved
I
that.
could have been talking, could have been all jokester-like, but no. Instead, we have
maybe Liverpool could have
genius
won the game
genies
too.
getting us a penalty.
Or you have young Mr. Selfish Curtis Jones making a dribble from half and not passing to the teammate in front of him.
He
because wants
created
to
a
go
good
for shot
chance
goal.
for himself.
Corey Hunter.
That was a great...
Nah, yeah,
that was
whatever.
a great...
Maybe,
was
maybe,
complaining about that. And I'm
That's
just
what
like,
you're
that was
complaining
really good
about.
by
Out
him.
of all things you could complain about, you
Yeah,
complain about
yeah.
that when a youngster has the confidence to dribble half the field up the pitch, and that's what you complain about.
Listen, mate.
From a team,
Mate, you're not Lionel Messi, okay?
I'd rather see a guy try
Anyway,
to be
Curtis
like Lionel
Jones.
Messi.
Curtis Jones was 100% Liverpool's best player that game.
He was good.
100%.
I'm just
Maybe
because
with Alisson.
United fan. I'm just,
Ultimately,
you know, I
we now
got
need to go to the second controversial penalty decision. This upset me.
I can see it being a penalty. I think it's really harsh, though. Is kind of how I see it,
'Cause his arm
considering
was like
also
this,
they
right?
didn't give Fulham a penalty.
He turned his arm. He turned like, and his arm was slightly out.
He did.
So it hit like that.
I thought it was in. I thought it was more in. So I didn't know it was like. I don't know. Look.
It was slightly out. It hit there.
I mean.
Technically, I can see. I can see it. I can see. He'll go. Okay, his arm's up a little bit, but if his arm wasn't there, it would have still hit his side. I think because he was turning. I think it still would have hit him. I only saw this. I believe in the Champions League last year or 2 years ago, where. No, was it PSG against Manchester United?
It wasn't that one.
In the
That
Champions
was like
League, I'm pretty sure.
His arm was like
Was it?
this.
That one was really.
There was a
Different.
Champions League one. I don't recall which one, but he turned and his arm was out, and yeah, it hit him, and it would have hit him if his arm wasn't there. So I don't know. The rules are still kind of bad, but I feel bad
Kind
for
of
Fulham.
bad.
They played so well;
Yeah,
they deserved the 3 points.
this is. I mean, Greg, this is arguably your best game of the season, right?
Leicester. Was
Oh,
probably
right.
better.
Yes.
Wow.
But hey, I mean, that's a shining light. I mean, you guys are unfortunately still in 18th because you know.
Oh yeah. Well,
Burnley.
let's talk about that. So we got 4 points out of 9 from Leicester, Man City, and Liverpool.
It's good.
That's insane. That is insane. You should get 0 from that, honestly.
No,
And
no,
of course, we did talk about Arsenal. I'm like, oh, Arsenal just got to beat Burnley and we're all good. No, they
can't
end up
rely on
losing. So
Arsenal.
now we actually dropped to 18th. And
Yeah.
just one thing I'd want to mention before this, because I saw this to Fulham fans from a Liverpool fan, is comment. It's just people are just so stupid and toxic. It's just ridiculous. As a Liverpool fan, to Burnley win at Arsenal, you are now back in 18th place in the Premier League table. Ha 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 ha. Like, why does a Liverpool fan even care about that? And like you're
Wait,
commenting
yeah.
You
just
got
because he's
that
salty
message?
that Liverpool didn't. I didn't get that
Oh.
message. Like just to two Fulham fans, a Liverpool fan said that to Fulham fans.
I mean, there's toxic
it's like-
people all over the internet, man. There's
Yeah, football Twitter's
I'm
the
aware,
worst.
and it's just like holy shit. I just can't stand people like that.
No,
I'll be
it
honest,
is.
football
Why
Twitter's
can't
the
you
most
just?
toxic
Why
place
can't
in the
you
world.
just celebrate another team every once in a while?
Not wrong. Like I was happy to see Fulham. I mean, they've been playing better, which is good. And one of the commentators even said they look like it's a side that can stay up this year, unlike the past Fulham team that was in the Premier.
I would like to
So-
retract my
Yeah.
comment from last week saying that Fulham are the worst team in the Premier League.
Fuck no.
They're not. They're not. I
yeah, that
apologize.
was really harsh.
Yeah, man, relax.
They're-
Just
They're
relax.
100% not, because they're actually another team played today that I would say is the worst team, actually the worst team in the Prem right now.
They have the nicest kids, but they're bad. Oh, they're so bad.
Yeah, Sheffield United.
Yeah. Lucas, I know Ralph Hasenhüttl is one of your favorite managers, and honestly, he's got this team flying right now. 3-0, Southampton beat Sheffield United.
4th place.
Sheffield United, I mean, we'll take time with Southampton. Sheffield United is very simple, the formula to put together their season. They can't score goals. Their attack is shite. They're letting in shitty goals, so therefore their defense is shite. That equals Sheffield United are shite. So that plus that equals that, basically.
Will they break Derby's record, you think, or will they get more points than that?
You know, it's sad when it's coming down to that.
I mean, I feel bad for Chris Wilder. Chances are he's going to get the sack this season. He's done so well for this club, and he's done such big things. But if they have any hope of staying up, they need something new.
Just their only point was against us, where that's where we were absolutely shit at the time too. And like how it happened was like horrible. We missed a penalty and they got a late penalty. So it's I don't see them getting points off any teams.
I mean, the question is,
I just don't.
will Sheffield United get
Arsenal.
more than 11 points, or will they?
Will they beat Arsenal? We don't know, Greg.
Well, Greg, they take on Manchester United next. We know anything can happen against
Please,
United. Anything can happen, but I think we'll beat them.
Let's talk about Southampton, though.
I just want to say, Elliot, this is like the beautiful part about the Premier League. It's so hard to predict the Prem because no one who's predicting to have Southampton in fourth right now and Sheffield in last.
Yep.
It's so like this league is so.
It's great. I love it.
I love the Premier League. Honestly,
It's so hard to predict.
I know I've grown up watching the Premier League, so it's automatically my kind of like go-to league. But I'm telling you, it's a special league when you get anyone can beat anyone on any day. I mean, hell, Burnley just beat Arsenal. Like Burnley are not great.
Everyone's beating Arsenal.
Just talking on that. None of the top 6 won this weekend.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's true. Actually,
No,
actually,
let's talk about
Leicester.
Southampton because
Leicester.
Southampton deserve a lot of credit because man, they're playing good. They got good goal scoring going on. They got big old James Ward-Prowse, the dead ball specialist.
Yeah.
I mean, good goals. They got a little lucky there on Stuart Armstrong's goal. No, but they're good. Their defense is solid. Vestergaard is
Shea Adams is
rock solid.
scoring
Shea
now.
Adams. Shea Adams. Man,
Lucas
he's
really
good.
likes him. But
I love Shea Adams.
it's not just Danny Ings scoring now. It's the entire team is just playing great, and you love to see it. Honestly,
They've been getting results, and they're more. I can see them getting into a European position, Europa, more so than anything.
well,
They've been fed.
It's still early. They still gotta keep going because
Yeah, I mean, it's only been 12 games. It's still early. Anything can happen, but we were expecting maybe Everton to be in this kind of position this year, but instead of Southampton, and they have probably one of the best young managers in the league, as Lucas praises him. So it's like Arsenal can sack Arteta, and like, why don't they go for Hasenhüttl? Why would Hasenhüttl leave? Right?
Why would you leave?
Yeah, you're such. Oh,
And I know
Lucas is currently checking the age of Ralph Hasenhüttl.
Yeah, he's 53.
I can read
never
Lucas
mind.
so
I
easily.
thought he was young. I don't know why.
He doesn't look that old. I get what you mean. But at Sheffield United, if you give me 55 million Great British pounds, I'll give you Ryan Christie and Hudson Edward. You can have them both 55 million. That's a good deal to get a goal scorers there.
Well, they brought in Brewster, and it's not working out right now.
No, because he's not good enough. Let's continue with the Sunday fixtures. Let's talk about Leicester City. They got a 3-0 victory over
great
Brighton Hove
victory.
Albion. Again, the Foxes are flying.
Yeah.
Oof. Rapid, pacey. Love to
James
see
Third
it.
Madison.
place. James Madison's coming
Great
back to his
goals.
best. I
Great
know
goals.
last year he had that injury, and he kind of, people kind of forgot that James Madison existed, and I think he's saying, "I'm back, bitches."
I'm back, bitches.
The man who says
He
he's
was
not going to
fantastic.
swear that much, just swears.
Hey man, it rolled off the tongue.
Leicester were great. I think they're a little lucky that Danny Welbeck isn't the most clinical goal scorer in the world, but
Danny.
but
Just a little dink and that's it.
and I don't think Brighton did themselves any
good save by
favors
Schmeichel.
with playing Burn at left back because he's not the most quickest guy in the world and he's not normally a left back. So Leicester took advantage of that right side constantly. Ayoze Perez making passes in behind to Justin crossing into Vardy, boom, goal. Quick passes in the middle. They eventually get to Madison. Madison's just playing with the ball, toying with the Brighton defenders. Oh, weak foot, top corner. Why not?
All 3 of those goals happened in the span of 10 minutes or something too.
Yeah.
It was
something
like that. Or the first goal was in the 20th minute, and then 2 goals came right after.
Yeah,
the first
back
goal, the first goal was by Madison 27th. Then it was Jamie Vardy in the 41st, and then the second one by Madison was the 44th.
Yeah, because I just remember I saw it was
James
1-0.
Madison. He
And
could have. He almost topped off a beautiful hat trick.
He almost did. He had a little chance at the end.
He just turned around and dribbled through the. Oh, it's nice.
James Justin, I think, is a very underrated fullback. I like what he does. He's got good pace. He's always attacking, and defensively, he's not the worst either. I mean, I think that was his 150th or 100th match for 150
career match. Yes,
James Justin.
So
yeah. He's played a lot of fixtures already
In lower leagues.
I think so.
I heard that. I was like, well, there's no way that he's played that many games. But yeah, he already has.
James Justin.
It was on
Oh,
DAZN.
I guess that makes
Well,
sense.
Lucas is because he spent most of his career at Luton Town.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Big ups.
Yeah.
Wow, but
So-
yeah.
No, but he's good. I mean, Jamie Vardy, you're never going to keep him off the score sheet. The man is just, in my opinion, the best striker in the Premier League. The man is too good.
Arguably.
Love him. Oh,
I mean,
Speaking
not
of-
good.
You know what? Just quickly, sorry, we did forget about this. Speaking of strikers in the Prem, though, Jota is injured. It's a knee injury. That's a big knee injury. Yeah. So,
Like,
More injuries.
I won't lie, because that happened right. They
It's okay.
announced it right before the match, and I was like,
look, it's okay.
I actually was
Liverpool-
like, as a
Correct.
Fulham fan, there, I'm like, I don't want to play against Diogo Jota.
like,
Greg, it's okay. They'll get goals from Roberto Firmino.
can we catch a break? Like, all of our new signings have not been playing.
Maybe Jurgen Klopp needs to stop training.
It's
so
not just
intensely.
that.
Whoa. We already talked about Liverpool. We're talking about other matches.
Yeah.
okay?
We're
Should
moving
I-
on. I
I
just
didn't
wanted
bring
to
it up.
mention that because that is a big
I want
injury.
to talk about Tottenham Hotspur because this had drama.
Yeah.
I love drama. Tottenham Hotspur, they go up 1-0 through Harold. And I think for a majority of the match, it looked like
It was a great goal.
It was a very good goal. Very, very good goal. I think for a majority of this match, it looked like a clean, easy win because Tottenham were playing very good. And Crystal Palace, their goalkeeper looked like he was the greatest goalie in the history of football. I don't know what happened, but he was literally saving everything.
Except for that one
Everything.
shot that he probably should have saved. But
Yeah.
Well, things happen, Lucas.
it does.
But he redeemed himself
he made up for it.
consistently.
He made up for it.
And
Like-
then 81st minute, a bit of a scramble in the box. The ball gets whipped in, and it's not dealt with by a goalkeeper or defender. And who's there but former Premier League winner Jeffrey Schlupp coming in to slam it home. And let me tell you, I loved it because he celebrated with the fans, and that's good. That's
Yeah,
good. We
you love
like
to
that.
see. You love to see that right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean Spurs. They'll be a little upset.
Well, of course,
They drop points.
right at the end though, big man Eric Dyer stepping up for the free kick.
The Portuguese legend
But
brought
and
out his inner Cristiano Ronaldo and said, "I got this, Jose. I
which
can
is
have
funny.
a hit, son."
Which is funny because it was a great free kick, honestly.
Fantastic.
But it was an
Fantastic
even
save.
better save.
What was the goalkeeper's match rating? Let's take a look. He was rated 8.1.
I mean,
Good game.
You can't really trust match
Because he
ratings
let in a
on the
goal.
internet.
So, like, it was,
I'm
match ratings
just giving you a match rating here.
I mean,
The top match rating for Spurs was Harry Kane on 5.7. So I'm just giving you what the big old BBC
why are you
has.
using the
It's,
BBC?
Liam, we know
That's
you
what
don't.
I love the BBC.
Oh
They're the
my
best.
God.
They're the best.
Anyways,
You know what match
let's,
rating I trust?
No, I mean,
My eyes. And your own eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, Lucas.
Yeah.
Well done.
Uh,
Stick
so
it to him.
are we done with the Sunday matches then?
Yes, we are.
I trust my eyes. My eyes.
You know, Lucas, he always attacks you. I'm gonna defend him.
Thanks, Boz.
Jackass, Liam.
That was vomit-inducing. I just witnessed there. Anyways, I'm going to Saturday. Let's start with the very, very dull Manchester derby. We did do a live stream, so if you check that out, thank you very much. We are going to try to do more of those more frequently, so
Oh my goodness.
check them out. They're fantastic. It ends 0-0. Shite.
And
Bad.
Roy Keane, I think, summed it up so well. The way I remember, I can't remember the quote, but Roy Keane's like, he's wondering why are players hugging each other after the game? There was like the lack of intensity. Did it feel like a derby? At the end of the day, you shouldn't be hugging and handshaking each other. I mean, that's how Roy Keane's seeing it, especially in the Manchester derby. It should be,
I think we can all agree. All five of us were on that stream, and we're just like, This is
Oh,
just
it was boring. It was awful.
It's just brutal.
It was so bad. I mean, United didn't have quality. City just didn't play well, and it played into an absolute snooze fest. No real notable chances. Nothing good.
I swear.
What do you want?
If our next live stream and it's another boring Premier League game because the one previous,
We've done so many.
if the first Premier League live stream we did was a 0-0 Spurs Chelsea, no, or was it 1-0 Spurs City? But like if we could do it, if the next one's another 0-0, the one after is not going to be top teams. It's going to be some random game.
It's two mid-table. Southampton versus Leeds.
Well,
Whenever they play,
Lucas-
I want to watch that one.
Lucas, that Fulham Liverpool game, that would have been perfect to live
Yeah.
Would have
stream.
been good.
Oh,
That was exciting.
yeah, whatever, Greg. But
Let's move on from that one. I want to talk about Everton Chelsea because I thoroughly enjoyed this game.
It was a good game.
I was just gonna mention Roy Keane's little quote about the game. I've never seen so many hugs and chats. I just don't get it. What do you think, Liam? Your opinions kind of just on that little situation, though.
I think I'm used to a derby that you don't hug after the game.
Yeah.
I've watched Celtic and Rangers players after the game literally rip each other's jerseys off. That's what I like in a derby. That's what you want. These are big points, and yeah, for the both sides to be like talking afterwards and hugging.
Well, I'm sure like
Yeah,
Roy
here.
Keane's just thinking there, watching that, a horrible game being played into all that. He's probably just like, I want to get down there and just slide tackle someone.
Can someone just 2-foot Pep Guardiola, please, and get this game
Now,
going?
I know, Liam, you wanted to quickly move on, but there were some positives for Manchester United. We actually defended well for once compared to the Leipzig match. I thought Harry Maguire had a good game. I thought Harry Maguire had a fantastic game. I thought that was the only
fantastic. Might be pushing it, but he played a decent game.
He did.
He did what a center back is supposed to do.
And then there's Riyad Mahrez, who I don't remember the last time he came. He showed up in a big game. He had that one chance, David De Gea saved it. But Riyad Mahrez, he can score a hat trick against Burnley or whatever. But when it comes to a game like the Manchester Derby, he's quiet.
You know what's funny about that though was I just literally like the not last podcast but the podcast before you're like, oh, Riyad Mahrez does nothing. Then last podcast you praised him, and then the podcast before.
Well, it's more so in these bigger games. I mean, I want to see him be more vital. Same with Raheem Sterling. Sterling, did send Wan-Bissaka back to Crystal Palace.
What did ice in his veins Anthony Martial do?
He got subbed on. He barely played.
Did nothing.
Yeah, because he barely played, and I'm not surprised. We know he's
Bad
useless
man.
at the moment.
He's bad.
let's move
Like
on.
I said,
Yeah, let's move on. Everton Chelsea.
Jesus.
Everton Chelsea. Big points. Chelsea could have gone top of the table if they had won this one, but they were a little bit flat. And I mean, credit to Everton, they were definitely in control. They were
a
definitely
lot of
their
flat
side.
games this week.
Yeah.
It wasn't a flat game. The game had moments. The game had decent chances. Chelsea was just a little flat. Their attack was missing something. Timo Werner is not Timo Werner of last year. Kai Havertz, I don't even think I heard his name once in that first half.
He's been so off.
They were definitely missing Christian Pulisic, I think. He could have created a spark
and
there.
Ziyech.
Ziyech, yeah, 100%. I don't know. Everton were good, though. The midfield was good. Big old Doucouré was out there tossing his weight around, as you love to see. Alan was what's your issue? Yeah, what's your issue? What's your issue?
Just the way you said that, man.
He was tossing his weight around, man. He's a big man.
Okay, I mean, that
Love
could
to
be
see him in the midfield.
That can be taken out of context, Liam.
He's a big man.
Pickford, to be honest, Chelsea probably should have scored. Just Jordan Pickford is, oh my god. The amount of shit he gets away with is ridiculous.
Between his ears, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He's nothing up there. Like
Mason
he's already
Mount
shot stopper. He's already shot stopper. but
Mason
he
Mount
can't
had a really good free kick and hits the post unluckily, and Jordan Pickford just starts laughing because like he literally dived the wrong way. Like
I don't know. I don't understand how this man has got to where he is today. I don't get it. Reece James had a great game, I thought.
Yeah, he's been playing really well this season.
He has been, honestly. Ultimately, the goal for Everton came through a mistake from Mr. Mendy, the new goalkeeper.
big Dominic Calvert-Lewin though, just doing what
Dominic
he does.
is incredible. He is incredible. This man deserves 100 million euro contracts. Give him to Real Madrid. He is brilliant. Oh,
He's been
Gorgeous
very
man.
good this season.
Or maybe Everton's
Gorgeous,
just the right
love
club
it.
for him, and he's able to use his strengths to the best of his ability.
Here's the thing. I love a club that can win a game with 28% possession. I love that. I love it. You don't need. You go on, have the ball. Go.
Yeah.
Pass 40 times between your two center backs before you make a forward pass. Go. I don't care.
Well, it's called
And
using
then you
them.
just go and you score a
Well,
goal. It's-
you can have lots of possession and still be an exciting team to watch and
Good.
quick passing movements. But have
Yeah.
people overrated Chelsea over their unbeaten run? Do you think?
A little bit. People were saying they're title contenders, and then Frank Lampard post game says we're not built to win the league. So
Because a lot of their Premier League wins during this, I think all their Premier League wins during this run was against all bottom half table teams, and then they face a side in the top half of the table, and they don't get a good result.
yeah,
I
think-
think let's give it a couple more months and we'll see what's happening with Chelsea. See if Havertz and Werner have adapted more. But yeah, who knows?
same. I mean, you can't. Ziyech has been good for them since starting a few more matches. It'll be interesting. They've been playing more exciting football. And I think Frank's been doing all right with them, but it's still early.
I think you had to give it to Everton there, though, too, because
Yeah.
in their past matches, they drew Burnley, they lost to Leeds, they beat Fulham by marginal, they lost to Man United, they lost to Newcastle, they lost to Southampton. They're on a horrible run.
Yeah, it was a good
So
little
they,
bounce
they,
for
they
them,
needed
yeah.
that.
Well, let's talk about some of those teams quickly, just how we move through the rest of the Premier League fixtures this week. Newcastle, they got a 2-1 victory over West Bromwich Albion. Good points. Was not a pretty match for Newcastle, but they need those if they want to, be decent finishers this season. Aston Villa, big 1-0 victory over Wolves.
That was
Wolves
a derby
are
right there.
They're concerning me. I don't know. They're not playing that great.
That
Adama's not doing Adama things.
That game was crazy, honestly, though. Two
I
red
told you he was
cards.
overrated.
He's not overrated.
He
They're
is.
also missing their best player in Raul
I
Jimenez.
I know a few clubs that rely on one player, but all this hype around Adama Traore, he's barely producing.
He's a great player. Don't even try.
I mean, he had some, a bit of flares of significance last season, but where's he been this year?
His
What does he
club's
do?
not
What does he
playing.
provide? Aside from
His
pace,
club
what is
is not playing the best they can,
mean-
and he has no one to cross it into anymore because Jimenez is out.
So all he can provide is crosses.
I mean, he can what? He can provide this was. He can beat
He can
2,
run.
3, 4 guys because no one can stop him without pulling him down. And the crosses,
You have nobody on Manchester United who can do what he can do. Nobody. You don't.
I mean, Marcus
He
Rashford,
actually,
I'm pretty
his
sure
crossing
can.
is very good, actually. He's very fast. He's
very
very
good
strong.
is
He
a
actually
goal.
works.
stepping.
It's good. Good.
Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
like him.
Maybe probably I am.
To finish, that was the last game from Saturday to finish off Premier League this weekend. West Ham 2-1 victory over Leeds.
It's another.
Impressive.
And you forgot Newcastle,
Crazy
or did you
game.
say that?
He said Newcastle.
Okay,
I
never
said
mind.
Newcastle. Were you not listening to me?
Well, you barely talked about
Listen to me.
And
Also,
There's not much to
I was
say.
gonna say in the West Ham Aston Villa versus Wolves game, that looked like more of a derby than the Manchester derby. That's what a derby should be.
yeah,
Matt, there was 2 red cards, players going at each other. It was great. That's what you
100%.
want in a derby. I mean, Man City, Man United, they can take some notes.
So,
No hugging.
yeah. Talk about
Getting
quickly,
red cards.
Leeds and West Ham. Did you guys see the penalty incident?
Yes.
I think I missed that.
I did.
How marginal was his foot not on the line for that? Like
Marginally.
it was crazy. Like how close that was. Like you just, it's
Every week,
the rules.
every week
but-
there's VAR discussions every week.
Yeah.
That's just how this is going to be from now on.
Yeah. So of course, Click really screws up the first penalty, and
Yeah.
gets to retake it and slots in the next one. Early goal for Leeds. It seems what Leeds been doing. They score a really early goal, and then they get caught back up by the opposition.
Well, that result does move West Ham high up the table. Let me just check here quickly. 6th place, which is very good for them. Leeds are still above Arsenal, which isn't saying much, but they're not really getting the results they need despite playing very well. But
That's what I say. They play really good, and then they just don't get the results.
Yes, so
But that's
I'm gonna quickly cover some of the midweek fixtures, and then we move on to another league because we've been on the Premier League for plenty of time already.
Yeah.
Quickly, Tuesday, Wolves versus Chelsea. That could be a good game. You never know. Wednesday, you got Arsenal, Southampton. You got Leeds versus Newcastle. You got Leicester versus Everton. Fulham take on Brighton, a big 6-pointer down there. Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur.
first and
Good
second.
game.
We might be live streaming it, so make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and you'll find out.
Yes.
And then Thursday, Sheffield United versus Manchester United.
We
Could
should
be an
win.
absolute snooze
We
fest.
should win. We should. Shut up.
It could be an absolute
You're
doll
second in the
fair.
Scottish Prem. Shut up.
Wasps, please win.
We should.
Where,
we should
where
win.
are we going on to next, boys?
Do it.
Oh.
What?
Do it.
He's saying do it. So
Dun, 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 dun. The Bundesliga.
Lucas, I want you to take the stage because you watched Dortmund get smashed by Stuttgart. Dortmund have finally sacked their manager.
I would say you love to see it, but I actually don't love to see it. 'Cause actually, I like Dortmund.
Yeah. So Dortmund did play Stuttgart this past weekend. They lost 5-1. It could have easily been
5-1. It was
8-9.
4. Oh my.
it's
It
fine.
was 5.
It could have been
Could've been a
8-9-1.
ton. Mats Hummels was...
Well, it wasn't just Mats Hummels. I don't know what vendetta you have against
he-
the man. You always single him out when there's...
It's a bit of a. Yeah.
Lucas, if you lose 5-1, not a single defender is good.
Then why did you just
Lucas,
single out
I'm
Mats
sorry, but
Hummels?
Because
okay.
he was the bad.
Lucas, he likes to find a scapegoat.
True. But yeah, Dortmund were just not on Stuttgart. So good, such a good team. I saw them play against
Thomas
Bayern a few
Muller
weeks
called
ago.
it. Thomas Muller called it.
Well, no, you don't need a player to tell you that a team is good. You just have to watch it for yourself. And you can
He
see.
told
There you
you.
go.
He said, if you do it on a cold rain night in Stoke, how about a windy night in Stuttgart? He called it, Lucas.
He said it wasn't windy.
It's Thomas Muller.
He said
We
it
don't
wasn't
know
like
what's
Stoke
going
at
on with
all.
him. No, but Stuttgart are a good team, 100%.
Yeah, I saw some good signs from them when they played Bayern. That was the only other time I watched them. But then today, I'm like, I need to watch this team more often in the future. Like, Koulibaly, this guy came from PSG on a free. Let's see, this guy's name I struggle with.
Pronounce his name. Pronounce it, Lucas. I know you want to.
Wamangituka.
Wamangituka.
Yeah, he was incredible.
He's good. He's really good.
Klimovic, he missed like 3 goal chances that he should have scored. Endo protecting the back line. Like, I was impressed by the Japanese man. And the substitutions they made, they subbed off the players that were performing excellently, and they bring in even younger players onto the pitch. And
Yeah.
they weren't even starting Nico Gonzalez, who has scored for Argentina a couple times recently. And then on Dortmund's side,
He scored the last one.
yes,
yeah.
he did. And Dortmund's side, they just when a team can like get rid of
It was a good goal by Reina. It was a
yes,
good goal.
it was a
but-
good goal by Reina, but when a team can shut down their creative outlets on the wings like Jadon Sancho and clog up the middle, it's just easy pickings for them because like Bellingham, he's like 17 still, and Witsel, despite being a solid player, he's not gonna be the one who's gonna be creating chances for your team. And
I think this is a team that's really missing Erling Haaland up front. That spearhead to the attack, the pace he provides, just they don't have a player like him, and I think he's not easily to be replaced, and he's out for a little bit while still.
but if you don't have him, that's fine. I can understand that. But why do you just play Marco Reus there by himself, isolated, when Marco Reus has not played well at a striker role in a long time? And just the setup of the
100%.
defense, and obviously we're going to criticize Favre because he made many substitutions too late. He just made poor decisions, did not react quick enough, and that in the end, well, along with the past couple of results, costed him his job. And now Dortmund are going to be looking for a new manager with Marco Rose looking like the favorite coming at the end of the season.
Where does Marco Rose come from?
Gladbach.
Oh, okay.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
No, good.
I really wish Mauricio Pochettino's name was put in this hat because I think he could do fantastic at Dortmund.
Doesn't know German though, bro.
Yeah, Lucas, I'm very happy you got sacked because this team just seems to lack defensive capabilities for whatever reason. Like I said, I feel like, for all their offense, they lack a complete defensive structure. I mean, why are you playing Emre Can at center back, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
He's
You're
capable.
playing a 35-year-old Lukasz. I understand that.
not.
But, okay, look at Liam. Relax. I understand that, but he's no Fabinho. You can't just slob him.
He has
Okay,
no Fabinho.
but you know what I'm saying.
Even-
You know what I'm
even
saying.
midweek.
I think they need a natural, suited center back in that position. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. You're
Even
right though,
midweek,
Oz. Like
I
they bring
watched
in
them
all
against
these
Zenit, and
attackers and everything
Zenit
in the
were
midfielders.
much
Where's the
better.
center backs?
Yeah, but with
It's
Dortmund, like
like
in the game, they started as a 3-back. Early in the second half, they switched to a 4. Still same problems.
Yeah.
It's just, I think I like Favre. I think he's a nice guy, and I think he did well in Dortmund in the past few years. But when the situations got tough for him, completely blown it. Like 2018, 2019, that should have been Dortmund's title. Easily should have been Dortmund's title. There shouldn't be this long reign of Bayern victory Bundesliga titles that we talk about now.
Yeah.
Dortmund should have had at least one of those, and they blew it. And part of that is due to Favre's tactical decisions. And we saw them before they got Haaland last season, where they play well, they might have a lead, and then they blow the lead. And then now recently, these past few games, where it's not good enough. And now the assistant's going to take over until at least January, maybe for the rest of the season. I don't know.
Hey, Jaden, we can get you over here in
Bro,
January,
you're in the Europa League. You can't even put your.
Still the Premier League.
Maybe,
You can still qualify
maybe,
for Champions League next year.
Maybe Schalke could use Lucien Favre. They need a new manager.
Lucas, but you know who could break that Bayern Munich streak this year? Bayer Leverkusen.
No, they can't.
They're right now top of the table,
They
undefeated.
Can't. They can't.
You always say this. You're the reason why Bayern always win. You're
Because
boring.
They're
Yo,
called.
Liam is
They
the
are
reason.
called Neverkusen for a while.
You're
for a reason.
boring, man.
It's not boring. It's just how it is. Okay.
No, I think Leverkusen would be great. They're undefeated.
What
That's
about
a good
Leipzig?
feat.
Yeah, Leipzig's in there. too.
Leipzig's very good.
Without
And-
Kai Havertz.
Leipzig's very good. Leverkusen's very good. Trust me, there's good teams in Germany. But at the end of the day, when everyone is, at the end of the day, when someone's lifting a trophy, it's gonna be Bayern Munich.
But
Well,
what
they
happened to Bayern this weekend?
Yeah, they
too?
drew Union Berlin 1-1.
Doesn't matter, Greg.
Union Berlin are 6th place,
Union
17
Berlin
points.
are one of the top teams in the Bundesliga.
Can you stop the Onion Berlin? I guess I understand it was.
You
me
said
thing.
that. That
yeah,
was
but you're
you.
making yourself look like even more of a fool.
I'm
Today, I
very
don't-
aware.
I don't like
Union
you.
Berlin. Union. I'm aware of this.
Okay, and also Schalke, they were about to win, but then got conceded in the last minute to Augsburg, and now are still winless and have 4 points, minus 25 goal differential, and 18th place.
Schalke,
I love Schalke.
bottom place. In other news, the sky's blue.
Lucien
It's like-
Favre should go there. I'm telling you.
Okay, that's harsh.
Makes life even more depressing.
Yeah.
Maybe Thomas Tuchel can
Okay,
go there as well.
let's quickly go through the rest of the
Anything
league.
else? Was it? Yeah.
Serie A.
Juventus. They got
Serie A.
results. Ronaldo scored a penalty. That ball scored a very nice goal.
Also, Waz, what were you saying? What were you saying? That someone, who was it? That Ronald Koeman's fat. Why were you saying that?
I didn't say
That's
he was
so
fat.
rude.
I
So
thought Paulo
rude.
Dybala was mocking him.
You know what? Us big people need to stick together. Power to you, Ronald Koeman.
I said he was a legend. I was defending him, asshole.
Inter Milan, they win 3-1 after their bottle job midweek. They bounce back with a victory. Atalanta, they win 3-0 over Fiorentina. Great result there. Greggy. Roma, they are 5-1 over Bologna.
Why do you say Greg? Why would Greg care that much about Roma?
Yeah.
Because Greg has a Roma kit.
I have a Roma kit.
He's a big fan of Roma.
You're not.
He's a big fan. I don't have a Roma kit. He's a big fan of Roma. Juventus, like Wazzy said, 3-1 over Genoa. Napoli 2-1 Sampdoria. And AC Milan, it's starting to unravel.
No, it's not.
They
Liam
draw
did
2-2 against
Liam.
Sparta.
AC Milan
It is.
deserved the victory.
That's nice, Lucas, but they didn't get it It's the beginning of the end.
It's not the
Lucas-
beginning of the end.
Lucas, don't listen to him.
Deserved the victory, but it was a last-minute
Lucas,
goal to tie the game.
this
so.
man, he just sees the scoreline and assumes.
Talk to me at the end of the year. Talk to me at the end of the year.
Yeah,
Cristiano's
Mr.
going,
Second Place.
"See."
Mr. Second Place.
Where are you? Where are you? Your club spends hundreds of millions of pounds. Where are you?
And
Where are you?
Where's your 10 in a row? Where's that going to be?
Listen, you never know. It's still on the
2030?
cards.
2030?
We're coming back.
2032?
We're coming back.
This is Stevie G. Unless he can somehow slip, which I doubt he can slip.
Have you ever seen him win a league? Yeah, you have never. You've never seen him win a league.
Did you see Tavernier's free kick?
I did see it. It was fantastic.
fantastic.
You know how many goals that guy has this season? It's
More than your club.
unbelievable.
Jared's gonna go.
He's probably-
was. Jared will slip. He'll just go. He'll be going
Okay,
through
anyways,
the cup to lift it.
Piss off.
Serie A, La Liga time?
Yeah, let's just quickly go through La Liga. The Madrid derby.
Barcelona won. They won a game.
Yeah, but Barcelona won. There probably should have been a few penalties in this game, but the referee was just like, no. And Messi
Or nah.
Messi scored a nice goal from a great pass, I think, from Frankie de Jong. And I think Barcelona did deserve the victory. I only saw the last 30 minutes, but Levante nearly scored at the end, but wasn't to be. And in the Madrid derby, Madrid is playing well now. They win 2-0 over Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid took the wrong approach in the first half, and the changes in the second half helped a little, but they won't work when Lamar misses an empty net, and then Madrid scores second goal off the post.
I mean, it's interesting when Real Madrid's been really shocking this season so far. Atletico Madrid's been really good. They've only conceded 2 goals all season, and then they concede 2 goals to Real Madrid.
So, I did not watch this game. I did not watch the highlights of this game. I still have not seen a single second of this game. But I saw the scoreline, and the second I saw the scoreline, I thought one thing and one thing only. Lucas.
Yeah.
You always praise these teams as, tactical brilliance, this and that. Ultimately, there's big clubs, and then there's bigger clubs. No matter how good Atletico Madrid are, no matter what they do, they will always be in Real Madrid's shadow. Always. Champions League finals, La Ligas, doesn't matter how close they get there, almost there. We're so close, we're fantastic. You're not.
It's kind of
When the
funny that you
times
mentioned
come,
that, Liam.
The big boys win. The big boys win.
Kind of funny you mentioned that, because I just released a video on my YouTube channel when Atletico Madrid won La Liga in 2014.
That's nice.
Question. Don't Rangers
I'll
have
tell you
more
right here,
league
right
titles
now.
than Celtic?
Pardon, sir?
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
Don't Rangers have more titles than Celtic in total?
No, because Rangers died in 2012. The club today
That's
is no
your
longer
excuse.
Rangers.
That's your excuse.
It's okay. We'll win the 10. Why are you attacking Celtics so much? Why?
So you're attacking all these teams. That's why.
Why are you defending Atletico Madrid?
Well,
Because they've been very good this season.
Atletico
They
Madrid
deserve
are
the
still
prize.
ahead of Real
They have been.
Madrid.
They're not
with
going to
a
win
game
La
in
Liga.
hand.
That's nice. That's nice. They're not going to win La Liga. They're going to get close. Close doesn't
we'll
count for
see.
anything.
We'll see,
Real
Liam.
Madrid will find a way to bottle it again. And same with
Big
Barcelona,
teams
most likely.
and big teams.
I'm not saying Atletico Madrid are going to win it right now, but you can't be ignorant about them
Sociedad.
right now.
Sociedad.
They bottled it against Ibar, so I mean...
Okay, let's move on. Liam, how did Celtic do this weekend?
We won.
Are we not
2-0.
are we not talking about the French league, Lucas?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Neymar died
Neymar?
Yeah,
Neymar
Neymar's
died.
out.
for a while.
Neymar tackled by Thiago Mendes, and unfortunately for him, it looks really bad. Might be a severe sprain. Hopefully, it's not a broken ankle. But yeah, PSG did lose to Lyon 1-0, which means Lyon hop ahead of them in Ligue 1 tied for first place with Lille, and Ligue 1 is looking interesting. PSG is having lots of troubles right now. Throughout the season, and this Neymar injury is not going to help them, despite still having the best side in Ligue 1.
think someone should mention.
It's yet another serious injury for Neymar, so we'll see how long it takes him to come back. It did not look good, though.
No, he got stretchered off. I was crying off the pitch.
Yeah.
I know it sucks because he's one of the most talented players in the world, if not the talent. I mean, he's arguably top 3. Yeah, just because I hope his career doesn't come too short because of all these injuries, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and one thing we should mention was the FIFA Pro Men, like the best award was announced. I made a TikTok about it. Robert Lewandowski, Messi, and Ronaldo are the top 3 for the award. Mm-hmm. It's not the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or got canceled, but this is basically as good as it gets for being named the best player in the world. A lot of people are saying it's going to be Robert Lewandowski. The stats are there. I think someone on TikTok said that Ronaldo has more goals this year than Lewandowski. I'm like, what stat are you reading?
Where?
And then there's people saying that, oh, Messi doesn't deserve to be there. I'm like, how many goals did he score? How many assists?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Ronaldo had a very good season in Serie A, but I don't know if it was as strong as Messi and Lewandowski. Lucas, what do you think?
Well, I think Lewandowski should win it this season. I think the top 3 is fine. I think it's fine mostly because in Ligue 1, the Neymar and Mbappe, they probably wouldn't get in there because most of their season wasn't played. Their season was mainly just based on the Champions League and not much of on the domestic league. And I think Liverpool did most of their business early in the season and in 2019. So Mane, Salah, those guys wouldn't be mentioned in there. Van Dijk. But I think Lewandowski deserves to win it. I think Messi and Ronaldo still deserve to be in the contention right now. They're still the most important players for their clubs, and when they're not there, it's not good.
It goes bad.
Yeah. Agreed. All right.
But what about the coach of the year? For some reason, in the top 3 for the nominations, Bielsa's in there, despite there being coaches in top divisions who had great seasons.
No from me. That's a no from me.
It
should be Hansi Flick.
Well, no, but it's a top 3. Hansi Flick is in there, but that's what I'm saying. It should be. Should Bielsa, the guy who won the championship with Leeds, who probably should have been in the Premier League the season prior, should he be above guys like Gasperini? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nah, so you got a fair point there.
So. Who else is out of the 3?
Jurgen Klopp?
I think so.
I'm sure it's Klopp.
Boom.
I just want to mention one last thing. This is probably going to be a stupid thing that I say, that Liam and Greg just facepalm, but I read this on Reddit. Corinthians defeats Sao Paulo and becomes unbeaten for 18 games played before/after a Taylor Swift album release.
Okay, so Corinthians are a big fan of T Swift. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
I heard there's a lot of hype around that album.
Big. The 90th Minute are big Taylor Swift fans, as you can tell.
Inbound before Taylor Swift takes down this podcast because we talked about Taylor Swift. She's known for like taking down things like anything involving her. That's not a
This is not a Taylor Swift podcast. Stop.
Yeah, but because we mentioned her name, she'll bring it down.
Copy strike us. But yeah, Celtic did win. We won 2-0. Rangers did win 2-1. So the gap is still there. But Shane Duffy scored a goal. Wow. We played well, actually. We played midweek there. We rotated our side. I mean, Europa League, we were out anyways. We brought in some young midfielders. Turnbull, Sordo. Sordo was great. The next N'Golo Kante. Love him. He's good. They played today. He won 2-0. It was good. I'll take it.
And Rangers are still not losing.
Yeah, your club's doing nothing. Rangers don't lose, okay? Listen. We're hoping for miracles, Lucas. We probably won't get it.
Lucas, should we mention a certain man that happened?
A certain Ajax winger?
Oh. Quincy Promise?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I basically,
These are alleged reports.
Allegedly, and we're not going to get too much into it because we don't really know all the facts. We'll cover it more if something gets confirmed. But Quincy Promes had a family get-together gathering. Ultimately, someone got stabbed, and Promes was arrested in relation to it. We don't know the connection. We don't know the severity. We don't know exactly what happened, but that is what the news is unfolding so far. So we'll see what happens.
So
Yeah.
It's trending, yeah.
Let's move on
Anyways,
to questions.
please. Thank you.
Questions.
I've been waiting for this part.
Shing.
First one. What is the best goal line clearance you lot have ever seen? For me, it's gotta be Nevan Subotic Champions League Final 2013 against Thomas Muller. Kinda gave Dortmund a little hope when he did that. I mean, the game ended 2-1. It could have been ended much earlier. So, that was an insane goal line clearance.
The one against Liverpool, where it was like a millimeter from
Was
going
it,
over
was
the
it
line.
Kyle
John
Walker
Stones
or
pissed
John
off.
Stones?
Yeah.
It was John
John
Stones.
Stones.
That's
John
what I
Stones.
was gonna say. John
Stones won the league with
No,
a
I know.
millimeter to go.
I know Walker. I think Walker did that against Leicester. My bad. I can't remember. He did a similar one. So, yeah.
Yeah, John Stones and Kyle Walker, I think, both done like that.
And then Fabinho had a nice goal line
just like that it
clearance
lost Liverpool
against,
the
was
league.
it Ajax earlier this season?
Yeah.
And I also I had a nice
Ultimately,
goal
I
line
can't
clearance
think of
once when I was last year of youth soccer when we were playing our last game of the season. The coach throws me at center back for some reason in the last game. They haven't played in that position all season. The other team's about to score. I'm running towards the ball, clear the ball off the line, land into the netting. My foot gets stuck, but I get out.
I actually remember that, actually. But Greggy, I had one this season. I had a
Yeah.
performance of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I had a goal line clearance.
And if there's a goal line clearance, maybe we missed, and you're thinking, oh, how can you not mention this? Like, look, we're just naming ones off the top of our head.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Next
have
We
question.
definitely missed some for sure.
yeah. Day 20 of asking who's the best English player ever. I'm sorry, this is for me a bit of maybe easier. It's controversial, but Sir Bobby Charlton. He ran the 60s and 50s. Man had insane shot power. Come on. It's gotta be Sir Bobby. His record was so long.
I kind of like how the three of us are just being silent and Waz just keeps going.
Sir
I have
Bobby
a couple names
Charlton.
going through. I have a couple names going through my head. Charlton's great.
Yeah, no, like no one's
brilliant.
gonna deny that, but
I mean,
I'm pretty
Alan
sure he's
Shearer.
voted number one
Alan
as well by
Shearer.
English.
yeah, Alan
Alan
Shearer's
Shearer.
definitely in
but
there.
Charlton
Michael
did
Owen.
win something though, and has the stats
He did.
along with that.
He did.
Bobby Moore?
Moore was up there 100%.
I'm going back in time, Dan.
And then you you have to throw Rudy in there, despite
Yeah, no, I will.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna
Shrek.
go with Sir Bobby Charlton. I mean, one of the greatest English goal scorers of all time. One of Manchester United's greatest ever players. He won the World Cup with England. I mean, he survived the Munich air disaster and went on to become one of the best players of all time, and especially in his era. So, I mean,
He's definitely in the conversation 100%.
Kevin Keegan won a few Ballon d'Ors though.
that's true. A lot
Kevin
of
Keegan.
So, I was trying to think who
No,
else.
Shearer, Michael Owen, Rooney definitely
Did you
needs
say
to be
Michael Owen?
mentioned. He scored some great goals. He was unfortunate of injuries, but he's a great goal scorer.
He had a great few-year period, but not a.
To say the best is
To me, if he was fit, him and R9, if those two had been fit, no injuries, oh man, it could be fantastic players.
But unfortunately, that's a what. if.
Actually, fun fact: Sir Bobby Charlton said the greatest player he'd ever watched was a young Duncan Edwards. So
Duncan Edwards,
do some research on that one. Probably better than Pele, best player he's ever played with.
Well, he's gonna be a bit more biased towards a guy that he knew versus Pele, who.
To be fair, he also played George Best and Dennis Law, and say he's the
Georgie
best player
Best.
he's ever played with. Jesus. Maybe there's a little bit of sentimentality over that, but anyways, what is the most rigged game ever?
Well, we all know what we're going to answer here.
Barcelona versus Chelsea.
It's
UEFA
a
alone-
disgrace.
Now I know a lot of people. We made a TikTok where we said what was it?
most rigged. Which team?
most
team?
Which team was
Trophy?
most robbed of a
robbed
trophy?
of a trophy.
And people was like, "Oh, Chelsea, Barcelona." I mean, that's a semi-final, guys.
Yeah,
but this.
I was so
isn't one of the
confused
most
by
rigged
that.
games
Why
ever.
were they saying that it was a semi-final?
They still had to win another game.
Yeah, but yeah, I think for the
No,
most
that-
people, they're
that
gonna say Chelsea, Barcelona.
No.
Obviously.
2002.
Oh,
Germany
go ahead,
versus
Lucas. Go ahead.
England.
2002.
Yes.
Italy, South Korea,
South Korea, yes, that was yeah.
and Spain. South Korea
Yeah.
versus Spain as well.
Yeah. South Korea in general, 2002.
The referee in that
So-
I don't know if it was a Spain or Italy match. Apparently, he got arrested later down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, he arrested for bribery.
I mean,
or
match fixing is very known in Italy. So it's
It was in Italy, though. It was the World Cup.
yeah, I know, but in Italy as well. It's just there's so many rigged games back then. So in
yeah,
the
I
mid 2000s. So
What about
Juventus.
This might be controversial. 1958 World Cup final. Germany Hungary. Supposedly, it's very well noted that a bunch of Germans took some drugs which weren't illegal at the time, or like injections or some type of thing that gave them some sort of advantage. I don't remember the whole story, but
There's been a few World Cups that had issues. Like I said, Germany versus France, the Frank Lampard goal. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of questionable moments in the terms of football.
all
And
right, here's
refereeing
one. Here,
decisions.
here I found one. Have you ever heard of the Choi Sung-kuk incident? Is this Korean? It was a South Korean footballer, and he was found guilty of match fixing in the South Korean League, and he was banned from football for life by FIFA. He was also received a 10-month prison sentence
you go.
for manipulating game results in 2 matches in 2010. So, yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
My dad was watching a movie this past week. It was like based on like amateur football, but like younger like youth football, where like some guy got into a group of people to match fix certain matches, and like they're like trying to make a kid to get a red card in the final of a match.
Jesus.
And then one of the guys who was involved ended up talking him out of it. And the guy instead scores in the final, takes off his jersey in front of the guy.
Is this real life or is it just a movie?
It's a movie. It's a movie. It's not based on. Oh, it's based on
It
real
does
life.
not apply to this question.
I just wanted to mention it.
I now feel like I've been a part of Lucas's family this week. Yes.
Best individual performance in one game.
Well,
Was a Zinedine Zidane versus Brazil 2006,
I got the answer. It's done. Easy sold.
I mean,
or I think
I got two answers.
I got 2
I
more.
wonder if any of you can guess one of mine.
Brazilian Ronaldo against Manchester United back in 2002, I think, where he scored a hat trick.
First one, Gareth Bale versus Inter Milan, where he tore Maicon to shreds. And second one, Andre Arshavin when he scored 4 goals for
That's a good
Arsenal.
one.
Oh, what a performance.
Although I think I might give mine to Ronaldinho against Real Madrid. I can't remember what year it was, but he basically got a standing ovation from, I think it was the Bernabeu. Amazing performance. Highly suggest you search it up.
I mean, you could mention any sort of Messi Ronaldo match, really.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of great individual performances that were legendary, but I'm gonna mention
Robert Lewandowski when he scored 5 goals.
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski, 5 goals, 9 minutes.
Brilliant.
And then I'm gonna mention Dusan Tadic against Real Madrid. He got a 10.0 rating
Yeah.
from L'Equipe and just had an incredible match.
Never
Ran the whole
happens.
show.
No, I'm giving mine to Andre Arshavin. 4 goals.
Just search up Messi versus Manchester United 2011. The man made
Greg,
a mess out of
answer.
us.
Give me someone, Greggy.
There's lots of names that come to mind.
Mitrovic.
Ronaldinho versus Real Madrid. That's it, Greg. Do the most iconic hat trick. I mean, I guess you can maybe say Robert Lewandowski's 5 goals in 9 minutes. I know it's
That's not a hat trick. That's 5.
but leading up to it, I'm against world record. But I'm gonna go with
Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane's got the record for the fastest Premier League hat trick.
I think for me, it's got to be Brazilian Ronaldo against United, actually. That was outstanding in 2002. Yeah. I know a lot of people say we don't bring up facts about like older football, but that's got to be one of them. I know I think Messi had a hat-trick a while back, or a few hat-tricks.
Wasn't it Hurst?
He might have had one.
Messi gets some hat.
Sorry, Lucas?
Hurst in the World Cup final in 1966, if you want to bring up an older one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's actually a very good point. Thank you, Lucas, for bringing that up. So, that's got to be some of them. Remember, we're just naming them off the top of our head. There's probably a lot of great iconic hat-tricks that we actually witnessed. We just can't remember.
Off the top of our head.
Sadio Mane.
Yeah. Oh, this is kind of more relevant than anything. Are there any coaches who you thought would lead a team to glory but failed? Mikel Arteta! David Moyes?
Yeah, David Moyes crushing it with West Ham right now.
Jose Mourinho? At United?
Mourinho did what he could do. You guys are just bad.
Pochettino?
Let's go.
Well, he was very close. I don't think anyone ever expected Pochettino to get to a Champions League final.
Andre Villas-Boas went for Chelsea. Everyone thought this guy was the next Mourinho, and then completely tanked.
Yeah.
Um,
What about
Roberto
Roberto Di Matteo?
after he won the Champions League.
What about just like every Barcelona manager since Pep?
And, well, they have one or two good managers after Pep left, but I think more so in recent time, yeah. Dortmund, every manager after Klopp.
I mean, that's not true. Tuchel was good. Just Bayern were insane.
Yeah. How about the manager that Niko Kovac, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Peter Bosz first
Literally,
came to Dortmund.
How?
When Peter Bosz first came to Dortmund, it started so well for them. I think they won they were unbeaten at least in their first 7-8 games, and then they started losing so many games or dropping points, and then they had the derby match against Schalke where they're up, I think, 4-0 at halftime, and then they ended up drawing the match at the end of the game, and he got sacked.
I think there's a load of English managers. Like people who've managed England over the years.
Big Sam with England. He's got a 100% win record, and he got sacked.
That's it for TikTok, I guess. I got a bunch of others, but I guess I had to save them.
Yeah.
I'll go check out YouTube. Here's a question: who will be the 3 midfielders in the team of the year? Kevin De Bruyne, Kimmich, and I can't remember. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who would be the third.
Will it be
another
Kimmich even though he's injured?
But he still had an amazing season for Bayern.
He 100% did, yeah.
But
Is it this season or last season?
For 2020, team of the year,
Okay.
it's gonna be De Bruyne,
Kimmich.
Actually,
I'll do Kevin as well.
we throw in a Liverpool. Not Henderson.
I mean,
Maybe. I don't know.
I sent this
If
to
anyone says Bruno, I set fire to you.
I don't want to say Bruno, because I know that people will come at me.
I sent this to
I put Jay Hendo above Bruno right now, so
Captain J. Hendo.
above Bruno. I'm not saying I'm putting him there.
the midfield I wrote down about half a month ago. I wrote Valverde, De Bruyne, and Kimmich. Although you could put Thiago instead of Kimmich.
Yeah.
You could, based on the voters though, it's probably going to be something like Modric, De Bruyne, and I don't know.
Lucas,
Cruz.
I think you had it perfect. I think it'll be Thiago, De Bruyne, and Kimmich. But Valverde's a good shout. He's been underrated this year. Or
If
a little
Luka
bit
Modric
overlooked.
get into that, I will just lose my mind.
He's been good this season though.
Shut up.
He's been one of the only bright spots for Real Madrid during their dry spell.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, you guys may have answered this, but who are your guys' favorite players? I mean, this is an easy one for Lucas. Go ahead.
Steven Gerrard's my favorite player of all time.
I think Liam, yours?
Scott Brown.
Greg, do you have one?
I don't really have a favorite player.
Then you
But
like-
if you did,
I love me some David Luiz. Just 'cause-
this man. That's your favorite player. Big Moussa Dembele.
Mine, I mean, Robert Lewandowski, because I followed his career the longest of any player in the world because he's Polish. And I mean, we've all been watching football predominantly for the past decade, so for me to pick someone outside of the 2010s is kind of hard. I won't lie. Unless he's a Polish player.
Ronaldinho's really, like, just...
Up there.
Yeah.
Henrik Larsson's
Jaka Blaszczykowski!
Gary Hooper.
The
Giorgio
Warrior-
Samaras.
Łukasz
Samaras is
Piszczek!
signed right there.
Robin Van Persie! Wayne Rooney! Schweinsteiger!
There was a brief period where
Are we
Fernando
gonna-
Torres was my favorite player, but then he left Liverpool, so then that stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's all the questions that we've been answered today. Very long podcast. The Premier League sometimes drags us out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
It's been good, though. It's been a good podcast.
Yeah.
I hope you have enjoyed it. If you are still here, we
Yeah, if
greatly,
you made
greatly
this far,
appreciate
congratulations.
it. Yeah, we appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube. Notifications turned on. That way you know when we're posting. We're trying to do more frequent
And
uploads.
of course, if you listen to this on a streaming like Spotify or Apple or whatever, just thank you for your time. Like honestly,
give us a follow, give us a sub, all that stuff on there. Our links are in the bio for our social medias. Check us out. We would greatly appreciate that. And don't forget, code 90th at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Where is it? There's my camera.
Here,
There's my camera. Your balls will thank you.
I mean,
Code 90th. You get 20% off plus free shipping, man.
I mean, if
Love
this
to
is an
see it.
OnlyFans, wait, never mind. I'll stop. You guys' face. You should see all you dumbasses.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, from all of us here, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.